The honourable member from Burnaby South.
People can't afford their groceries. People can't find a home to call their own. And the Conservatives are
Colleagues, order! Order!
Just another remnant.
The honourable member from Burnaby South from the top, please.
Canadians literally cannot afford the groceries they need. They can't afford to find a home to call their own. And now Trump, buddies of the Conservatives, MAGA Conservatives love this guy, Trump is threatening hundreds of thousands of jobs in Canada. And the Prime Minister is more focused on himself, on infighting. The Prime Minister cannot remain in that position. Will he resign?
The Honourable Minister for Innovation.
Mr. Speaker, this is not the time for slogan. This is not the time for partisanship. This is not a time to make jokes, Mr. Speaker. This is about rallying for Canadians. This is a time where Canadians need to know that this House and all the members are standing behind them, that we're going to invest in Canadians, that we're going to invest in this country, that we're going to invest in our workers, and that we're going to invest in our industry, Mr. Speaker, and that we're going to prepare Canada to be the best prepared to be able to deal with our U.S. friends. Mr. Speaker, this is a time where we show that we're all Canadians.
The honourable member for Burnaby South.
So I'll ask again in French. Les gens de la misère.
People are having a very hard time paying for groceries. Young people can't find affordable housing. And beyond that, we have the threat of Trump's tariffs. And that's putting hundreds of thousands of jobs in Canada in danger. And instead of dealing with issues that are important for Canadians, the Prime Minister is dealing with fighting in his own party. It's clear that the Prime Minister cannot continue. Will he resign today, yes or no? The Honourable Minister of Innovation. Mr. Speaker, as I said, this isn't a time for jokes. This isn't a time for partisanship. It's certainly not a time for conservative slogans, Mr. Speaker. It's time, Mr. Speaker, to work together as parliamentarians to defend Canada, to invest in Canada, to defend our workers, to invest in our industry. And, Mr. Speaker, I call on all members of this House to do their civic duty to work for the good of Canada so that we can face the incoming American administration. Mr. Speaker, today we are all Canadians. Let's work together.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the NDP leader is absolutely right. This cannot continue. This Prime Minister cannot go on like this. Housing costs have doubled. Food bank use has doubled. The debt has doubled. Gun crime has doubled. And now we face troubling tariff threats from a president who can see weakness coming from a mile away. The Prime Minister must leave this job, but there's only one person who can remove him, and that's the leader of the NDP. Will he put the country ahead of his pension and vote for a carbon tax election now?
Eric.
Oh, they muted the mic.
So, although the preamble to that question dealt with the administration of government, the question itself did not, and the chair has made it clear that we're not doing that. The honourable member from Thornhill.
Prime Prime Minister has lost control. The Prime Minister's own deputy quit just hours before her economic statement, all of a sudden saying, Canadians know when we're focused on ourselves, and describing a newfound disdain for costly political gimmicks. Those are her quotes. Right. This after her own political rival, Mark Carney, wrote the fall economic statement full of things that she didn't want to present. The old boys club isn't in charge. Canadians are. Right. And it's time for credible leadership in the seriousness of this moment, not the fake feminism of this phony Prime Minister. It's time for Canadians to decide. So will anyone or everyone over there finally agree?
Yeah. The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I mentioned earlier, we are looking forward today to presenting the fall economic statement that is going to have a series of important measures for Canadians. At a time like this, it is important that all of us band together, united as Canadians, to make sure that we're doing everything we can to protect the Canadian economy, protect Canadian jobs, and to stand up for Canada. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
Mr. Speaker, they can't even stand by each other. Hours before delivering the fiscal update, the finance minister resigned. She lost confidence in the Prime Minister. Last night, the failed housing minister and the worst immigration minister in the history of this country also resigned. A couple of Randys, and now they're up to 9 ministers that need to be replaced. He's lost control of the government. The party of backroom boys is over. The backbench should look up from their laptops, and the NDP leader shouldn't be the only one in this House with confidence in the Prime Minister. Present the statement and call a vote today.
Hear, hear. Again, I'm just going to...
So there we have, folks. MPs are heckling Jagmeet Singh again. They're just yelling. They just wake up right now. So his concern is that grocery prices are up. I mean, I feel like I'm getting less and less every time I go to the store. Pierre is actually agreeing with the NDP leader, but he brings up a good point that about ending the coalition. This is actually true. That if Jagmeet Singh is actually fed up with the government currently, he could just drop the coalition and just end it right now, but he's not doing it. So I'll let you be the judge in terms of your comments on that topic. Should Jagmeet Singh just drop the coalition, or should he just keep on continuing it as we are right now? The country is in shambles. Crime is up. Cars are getting stolen left and right. So, I mean, if you look at it, crime has been going up since 2014. I mean, the election was around 2015. So as you can see in the graph that crime has been increasing over time, and it's been horrendous in terms of crime over the last almost a decade now. So what is actually up right now? So let's look at the statistics. So you got homicide, which is surprisingly down. You got extortion up 35%. You got robbery. You got assault at 7%. You got fraud at 12%. You got 52%, which is it's something that I can't say on YouTube because my video will get flagged for that. Also, you got 18% shoplifting at under 5,000 or under, and as well as you got 5% increase in motor vehicle theft. And you also breaking and entry is actually down surprisingly 5%. So this is basically showing where the crimes are actually going up. So you got Chilliwack, you got 23% average for admission, 13% increase in Drummondville, Quebec, 12% Quebec City, and as well as 11% Toronto, Ontario. So you got gang-related homicides, which continue to be 22% of that 78%, which are committed by firearms or most often handguns. A majority of this is proportional to women. So women are 5 times more higher in terms of getting killed than men, which is around 31 versus 6%. As well as you got hate crimes increased, which is about 32%. Currently we're sitting at 4,777. So these are basically stats from 2023. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and please do subscribe to my channel for more. And let me know what you would like to see in terms of the current news and current affairs of the government, or even like certain issues that you want us to cover. As well as please do subscribe, Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.